Good morning. Good morning. We are so happy to be here, to be sharing with you another episode, another chance to be, oh my goodness, on Live in the DTV with our audience, the live viewers. We're getting our thing in the studio a little situated here this morning. But as always, if I'm not looking at you, I'm just looking at one of our other camera angles. We have Live in the DTV right in front of us. We have our WVIE station that we're tuning out of, and of course, our social media channels. And we'd love to say good morning to you all. You know, I had an interesting experiment I tried earlier in the week. I went and bought some roses, which I've never bought myself roses before. Anytime I bought roses, I bought them for someone else, my mother, sister, my wife, but never bought roses just for myself. That wasn't the experiment, though. The experiment kind of actually happened on accident because I bought this bundle of roses because I made some rose water, which is kind of the experiment, right? Which is good for, and I started looking it up afterwards. It's good for your hair, good for your skin, even good for digestion. Rose water, you can like make tea out of it. Anyway, I was making rose water for a little mix mocktail drink that I looked up, and then I found out there's health benefits to actually drinking rose water. It's actually pretty bitter though, so gotta add some tea to it, some honey or something, so that way it won't just be bitter on you, unless you can handle bitterness. And you gotta clean your roses really well because I just bought these from the regular store around the corner, and then they're just sitting out, and you put them in the cart and they're picking that up. So really make sure you wash the petals after you take it off the roses when you make rose water. Anyway, point of the story. So I made some rose water, and I only used about 3 roses, but I bought a dozen. But I knew I needed more than one, so I didn't want to buy 3 single roses. I just bought a dozen. It's like, just buy a bundle, right? Bought the roses, and I used the 3, and then I just set the rest, the other 9 or so, just on my desk to set it there. And this was around Saturday. And the roses, of course, as they do, just sat there Saturday, sat there Sunday, no change. And I looked at them yesterday. This would have been, no, Tuesday. Nope, yesterday. This would have been that they would have just been sitting to the side since Saturday evenings. 4 days, no water, no sunlight, just in a room, pretty much in the dark most of the time because I turn the lights off when I leave, right? And I noticed that they were starting to, look a little dry. They kind of completely wilted, starting to look a little dry. Wednesday morning, I said, I don't want my roses to die that quick. I did buy them. I might want to make some more water, so I need these things to be alive. But I thought, it might be too late. I should just throw them away. I said, no. I had the plant food, and I had a nice size empty jar. So I got to just put some water in here, some clean water, and put the roses in the water, and put a little plant food in there, and then I'll stuck them by the window so they could get some sunlight. It got sunny yesterday, eventually, up here in the our spring weather in Detroit. And I just left the house. I left it and forget. I said, well, if they're not better when I get back, then I'll just throw the roses away, And I promise you, those roses looked like this. They were like, some of them were dry, wilted, completely hunched over, falling over, like they were literally they were on their last leg. So I didn't think that it would really have an effect. And then I went to work, went on about my day. When I went back home last night, they were up. They had their color back. They were vibrant. And they had completely changed just in a matter of a few hours. Probably 9 or so hours. Maybe 12. 12 hours. They went from almost dying to completely being on their last leg to almost completely over with. And then I was going to give up on them and throw them out and say, okay, well, I got my experiment. But that taught me something. That reminded me of something. These gardens that we're watering, these things that we're giving our attention and time to, that we're working on, they're going to mess up. It's going to not feel great. They're not always going to look great. So roses, beautiful. People have written poems about roses. But we have to be mindful of what we're nurturing. Because, yes, you could say, oh, well, you just would have put the roses in the water the day you got them. Of course they wouldn't have whatchamacallit. And of course they were going to wilt. They were plant. They need water and sun. Yes, I know all these things. Yes, that's basic third grade science knowledge. But one thing I also notice is sometimes as adults we complicate things. We short sight on something because we're focused on something else. But I saw the roses, and the lesson for me there is you got to take the time to sometimes add some extra water, some extra food, and give it some sunlight. Give it some extra attention. And sometimes in a matter of hours, most of the time days, sometimes weeks, these gardens, these plants that we're nurturing, whether they be our studies, our businesses, our families, they'll start to perk up. And it'll seem like it'll happen in a matter of hours or overnight. And probably it was in total just a matter of hours. But sometimes, again, it takes weeks, which is just a matter of hours counted differently. So, what are you nurturing? What have you failed at that it's not a complete failure, but now you can go back. You've learned something. You can add water to, you can add some food to, you can continue to nurture and grow and give it. Because I back at the roses this morning and they looked just as good as the day I bought them. Now they're not a week old yet, so I know it's some other things I'd have to do if I want to keep them longer than a week, because generally the shelf life is not so great for roses. If you just keep them in your house, I think about 2 weeks. But now I'm really looking forward. Okay, I'm gonna keep making sure these roses are maintained, and that they're getting the water they need, and that they're in the sun during the day, and I get some more plant food, so that way they can keep their vibrant color. Keep putting oxygen in my house, because that's what plants do, right? Breathe in carbon dioxide, they breathe out oxygen. It's like we breathe in oxygen, out carbon dioxide. So they're serving me, and I'll probably use other ones too, make more water. So use it for my hair and get nice hair extensions. No, that's my humor. But yes, generally, if you keep nurturing something, it might not be pretty. It might look pretty in the end. In the middle, it's gonna look a little wanky, but keep nurturing it, and you get the beauty back. You'll get the positive experience back. You'll get out of it what you put into it. And I heard someone say this: the input is the motivation and the discipline, but the input is the kind of the joy you get out of it. Yes, you get out of it the joy, the success, but that's because of everything you put into it. She's got to keep inputting, keep putting that energy into your business, keep putting that energy into studying for your degree, keep putting that energy into your family and your structure there, because the output is the successes you're going to get, the compliments you're going to get for how well you run your business, or how well your children are raised, or the knowledge that you get from studying whatever career path you're on. The input is the joy. All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to talk to you about our upcoming event, the Men of Literature event. And we want to invite so many of you out. We've gotten a tremendous amount of feedback already. The event is just under 30 days away. The Men of Literature event. We can't wait to start sharing more information about the Men of Literature event with you on this channel. Have some great interviews coming up, and it's going to be an amazing, amazing event. We can't wait till next month. Also, well, we'll wait after the commercial. I have an announcement, but I'm Jabril. You're watching Live in the DTV. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. We are back. We are back. You are still sitting on Live in the DTV. Man, we are excited for our upcoming Men of Literature Author Showcase. The Men of Literature Author Showcase. We did it last year. For those of you who know and came out and have been supporters of the show for a long time, most of you. But for those that just recently started watching over the past year, past couple months, we did the Men of Literature Author Expo. Well, last year was Author Showcase. This time it's going to be an expo because it's going to be even bigger and even better. We have an amazing itinerary laid out for you. We have some really cool new surprises coming this year, and we're just really excited to share with you. We are still looking, and you still have the opportunity to become a vendor of the event. You can still become a vendor of the Men of Literature event by going over to liveinthed.tv. Go over to our events page, and there you will see where you can buy tickets. And under the buy tickets, it's very easy to have a vendor table. And our vendor tables are affordable. We only have a couple of spots though, so go ahead and get them. Get them while the getting's good. Get them while they're available. Get them now, because they will not be there forever. They will not be there for long. We are accepting vendors up until the second week of May. So third week of May. So you want to go ahead and you want to get in now. Again, we have some amazing vendors already, some amazing presentations to share with you, and we just are very excited and cannot wait for you to see. This is the events page to see what we have for you this year. The Men of Literature. Head on over to the events page. Boom, there's the expo, and you can even become a sponsor of the event. We have sponsor packages and opportunities here on our page, so you can get that as well. And feel free, absolutely, pass this information along. Share it with a friend, share it with your family members, your neighbors, your coworkers. It's going to be an event like no other. And right in time for Father's Day. It's going to be an amazing Father's Day event, the Men of Literature Expo. So you can get in now, get your Father's Day gifts there. We'll have encouragement for young men and boys, encouraging them to read and write books, information on how to write your book and how to get yourself published and out there, and your first promotion. And I almost want to say it. I almost want to tell you some of the stuff we'll be doing at the show, other than, the inspiration, motivation, some of the mentorship. But I'm going to save it for the show. But man, am I excited. And we're looking forward to it. We want to thank our supporters so far: SOS Graphic Design, Penny Love Fitness, who will be coming there. And have a special presentation. The Men of Literature and the Black brand have always been supporters of our brand here on Live in the DTV, so we want to keep promoting them and sharing as well. And we cannot wait for our Men of Literature Author Expo, June 7th. See it right there? June 7th. You do not want to miss this. Again, so yes, it's going to be an amazing event, as we said before. You don't want to miss it. We look forward to seeing you there. Put it in your calendar, June 7th. We'll see you there. All right, we're going to take another commercial break, and then when we come back, we're going to have Mr. Abdul's final thought. Men of Literature Author Expo. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, don't take it too serious. If you don't go away, don't fear it.
We are back. We are back once again. You are still sitting on live in the D.TV. We thank you for joining us today. We look forward to seeing you on next week, but we definitely look forward to seeing a lot of you in person on June 7th at the Northwest Activity Center for the Men of Literature Author and Vendor Expo. We cannot wait. We are very excited to be at the event with you, to share what we've been doing here, some of the things we've been doing here live at the D.TV, share more amazing authors with you, and just have a wonderful time while getting some edutainment. All right, before we go, we are going to get our final thought from our very own Mr. Abdul. What you got for us, Mr. Abdul?
Yes, sir. Always I take note. Make sure and your part.
Stop. No, go to the other one.
Read and listen are important skills for every man to have.
Here we go. All right. Read that again.
Yes, sir. Reading and listening are important skills for every man to have.
Reading and listening are important skills for every man to have. Very good. Thank you, Mr. Abdul.
Yes, sir.
All right. That is about all the time we have here today. Thank you so much for tuning in to Live in the D.TV. I'm Jabril. We'll see you soon.